The University of Rio Grande is busy preparing for its summer presentation of That Was Bob, a biographical look at the Ohio native Bob Evans, founder of the restaurant chain. The play takes an inside look at his life and work. Greg Miller is the Director of Cultural Advancement at the University of Rio Grande. He joins us now in our studio. Thank you for being here this evening.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Give me a brief synopsis of this biographical play, I guess, that will be shown this summer.
It's a biographical play. It's focused on personal stories and local stories about Bob Evans, things that you don't hear from the corporate press releases. So many people in the area knew him so well, and seems like everybody I encounter has an anecdotal story about him, and they've become quite entertaining to be gathering.
So it sounds like this play kind of takes it outside of the corporate offices you mentioned, looks at sort of the personality quirks almost of Bob Evans, the person that he was.
Yeah, it's kind of a warm reflection on his how human he really was. He's not just a legend. He was a real person with a real sense of humor.
How did the idea for this come about?
Well, I think the Bob Evans Farms is doing a lot of renovation. They've put a brand new restaurant down there on Route 35, and they've redesigned the valley to accommodate tourism a little better with the farm festival and several other events they're going to have. And they approached us with the idea of doing a play that would focus on Bob. And I hesitated until I found that there was a Welsh film crew that had followed him around for 3 or 4 days a few years back, letting him tell his own story. So we've got permission to use all that footage, and so we're taking advantage of that. On the screen, you'll hear Bob telling his story his own way, and then we'll backfill it with other local personal stories.
Will students be participating in this?
There will be a few students on stage. There'll be some other adults, some musicians. We'll have song. We'll have anecdotal stories, and we'll probably be drinking some coffee.
It's good coffee, Bob Evans coffee.
Yes, it is.
Now, where can people go to see the play? Where's this going to happen? What are the dates?
It'll be down on the farm on July 13th and 14th in the evening. It's going to be an outdoor drama, assuming the weather's going to cooperate, and I think people will have a good time with it.
Now, besides good coffee, what do you hope people get out of the play?
Well, sausage sandwich too, possibly.
That sounds good.
But I think what we're doing is we're looking at 4 or 5 themes that triggered Bob's success. He's an unusual story of a very successful man. I've known him since I was 5 years old, and I had no real comprehension of how widespread his influence really became over the years.
He really brought a spotlight to Southern Ohio.
He really did, and generated so many jobs. Mm-hmm. It's impressive.
All right. Well, Dr. Miller, thank you so much for being here this evening and speaking with us.